Alright guys, TouchGrabber back again today. Hope you're enjoying your day so far. And today I wanted to talk about Control as the third mode for the CDL 2021. It seems pretty clear over these last few days. Pros have started to scrim, they've been playing hardpoints. Of course, Search and Destroy seems relatively good in this game, but Control as the third mode has always been the question mark, especially given the fact that Control's only game it was in before was Black Ops 4 in a 5 versus 5 environment. Does it play as well 4v4? A lot of players would say no, and looking to bring back Capture the Flag. Intrigued to hear your thoughts on the comment section below. Like if you guys enjoy the video, subscribe if you are new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. Really helps out the channel out. Thank you very much for doing that. First of all, to mention this from Treyarch, launch week patch notes incoming soon. Keep an eye out for details on everything that has been updated and fixed since launch. We talked about the MP5 patch and nerf yesterday, and maybe there's some other things that are going on behind the scenes, kind of silent patches that we are not particularly aware of, so hopefully everything will become clear on that front in the coming days. Also thought this was interesting from Crone at CDL Intel talking about the Toronto Ultra Squad yesterday. It seems like they're already trialing out their substitute player in some of these scrim matches. So, well, as Crone mentions here, they scrimmed against the Los Angeles Thieves with Cleanix in the team. So I imagine Cleanix, Methods, Bance, and Cammy on the squad. Then against the Los Angeles Guerrillas, it seemed like they swapped out Cleanix for Insight. Insight's basically a main assault rifle though, so I imagine Methods then started to run a flex, which maybe actually works quite well in this FFAR meta we sit in right now. There's a, maybe long term, the idea is to have Cleanix and Insight on the team, given they played together in the past on Singularity. Methods spot might be in question. Cammy, I'm sure, isn't going anywhere, and it seems they do value Bance very highly indeed, but certainly interesting to see Toronto trialing out these players on their substitute bench this early in the season, just a few days into the game, and I imagine that scrims are going to be coming thick and fast over these next few weeks because, well, who knows really when the season starts. I imagine it's going to be mid to late January, something in that ballpark, but yeah, not too long away before we actually get some proper professional tournaments, thankfully, on this title. Thought this is funny as well. Is this an intended line of sight? If you go on this back part on Crossroads Strike and you punch at a guy standing on this rock, you just fly across the map. It's just ridiculous stuff. And as Crow says, is this an intended line of sight? A throwback to Clayster's Black Ops 3 video, if you guys remember, Who Knows video, kind of a famous one. We might have to revisit it 3 minutes in COD history at some point on this channel because it's kind of an entertaining thing as a throwback in Call of Duty history if you guys aren't aware of it. So let's talk about Control as a game mode really quick if you guys aren't fully familiar or maybe came into the Modern Warfare season and didn't watch Black Ops 4. It's a game mode where there's 2 zones on the map. There's Zone A, there's Zone B, and the offensive team has to capture both zones, and if they capture both zones, then it can be contested, and there's like the 3 tiers to capture the zones. So once you get to like a third complete, then it can't go down below a third, even though if the enemy team, if the defense team has control, and it kind of it brings the line back, I suppose, of the capture or whatever. You guys are gonna know what I mean. So if the offensive team captures both, they win the round. If the defensive team holds off, then they win the round. But there's also the kill element in there. There's 30 kills that are up for grabs, and once one team eliminates all the other team's lives, then they win as well. So there's kind of the 2 elements to the game. I thought it played very well, to be honest, in Black Ops 4. What I really liked about it was it was very easy for a new fan to watch, right? Capture the Flag can maybe be a little bit boring. I mean, on some maps certainly, and it hasn't really played well the last couple of Call of Duty games that Capture the Flag is in. It was fantastic back in maybe Ghost, you could argue, and also Black Ops 2 certainly, but in World War II it really wasn't maybe the best game mode. A lot of the maps didn't play particularly well for it, and you need to have, in my opinion, excellent map design for Capture the Flag to work properly. Whereas Control in Black Ops 4 seemed to be pretty good. I liked the idea that it was like, okay, you capture the 2 zones, or you just eliminate all the other team's lives. Very easy for a spectator to get into. It was also pretty fast-paced, pretty exciting to watch, and a nice change of pace from the Search and Destroy that happened just before. So I think all around, Control was a pretty good game mode in Black Ops 4, but in 4 versus 4, does it play anywhere near as well? And what changes need to be made to make Control viable? Because the pros are not happy about the state it is in right now. Nameless says Control is horrible in the game at the moment. Maven says, I think there are a lot more contests in 5v5, which is probably true. I think we probably need to try 2-minute rounds and maybe lower the life count. Almost all rounds are just going to time right now, and it's not a life battle. So yeah, that's certainly something to consider, which probably makes sense given it's 4v4 now instead of 5v5. I think that's certainly arguable. And Nameless says, agree with every point you made. 5v5 also allowed for another player to finesse time for you to gain position and control. Some other points are really, really difficult to break. Offense is the impossible right now without a crazy 2-piece. So certainly what some of the other pro players are saying as well. Brat comes out and says, takes 2 hours to cap points in Control and a miracle to win offenses. Bring back Capture the Flag. So he's not happy with it at all. And Bids just straight up says, Control is shambolic, not in a good state. So what would you guys do? Would you guys make some changes to Control? Would you guys try and have it as a competitive mode still? Because it is in the game as a, CDL Control. The CDL have certainly been talking about it when Control did get confirmed back into the game that, okay, it's coming back as a competitive mode. It's pretty much confirmed. I remember Attach talking about it as well. The Control Control is going to be the mode. Then again, at the start of previous titles, we have had the pros when they've had discussions behind the scenes. You guys might remember the start of World War II when there was a discussion between having captured the flag and having Gridiron, and Gridiron was effectively just uplink, but on the ground. There was like a little portal on the ground you could throw the ball into. It was kind of funny. But yeah, that game mode was eliminated by the professionals. They played it in scrims for a couple of weeks to decide between the two. They decided CTF was the way to go. So the question is, I suppose, do they get the option this time around? Is capture the flag even in the game right now? I'm not actually sure it is, which is kind of a concern, because maybe Trek and CDL were just thinking, okay, bring back Control, it'll be perfectly fine. But in a 4 versus 4 situation, maybe you have to change some things up. Personally, I think we still can make it work if the life count is lowered, if maybe there's some changes to the spawn locations and exactly how it works. I think it's going to take some tweaks maybe to make Control play as well as it did kind of naturally in 5 versus 5. And that's what's kind of interesting about what Trek sometimes do, right? They make hardpoints in Black Ops 2. A lot of people would say that that was almost a fluke, right? Like the hardpoint spawns in that game were just perfect. It played phenomenally well, and they haven't really been able to replicate that in any game since then. It almost seemed like they just struck gold and kind of got lucky that one time. And maybe you could argue a similar thing with Control. In Black Ops 4, they kind of managed to nail it first time around, and now going into a different title with different maps with a different number of players on the map, now it doesn't play quite so well, and it definitely needs some tweaking. I would like to see it still in competitive play. I think it has its place, but a lot of people suggesting it certainly needs fixing in its current iteration. There was also some discussion these last few days about the smokes in the game. Ake says smokes last a little bit too long in this game, and there was some detailed discussion as well between Accuracy and Abizi on whether the smoke warfare we played last season and are currently playing again is the corniest version of Respawn gameplay that we have ever had. Subs will not be good if there aren't any smokes on the map this year. These maps are made for assault rifles, so saying that like the SMGs really need their smokes to actually gain position on the map. But Accuracy says 3 out of the 4 maps are very small. If you're a talented, smart SMG, it would make your job easier exposing the people that don't know how to play without running through a smoke. I feel like breaking some of these hills without a smoke is essentially impossible, especially with a sub. There needs to be at least one of them on the map. I personally don't believe you should be able to break a hill and cause no auto aim by just running through a smoke. What happened to using teamwork to get someone out of a power spot and going around and not shortcutting because you can run through the smoke? So interesting discussion that Accuracy effectively wants smokes gone in their entirety. I think probably one on the map is okay, but yeah, I kind of see both sides to the argument on this one. And Parasite then says, look, blame trophies being filled upgrades are not even working properly. You can't have a trophy everywhere. Situation should not be determined by who can and cannot win the no auto aim gunfight. That's just not consistent. Smokes are not used the way they're intended for crosses, etc. So smokes kind of reduce the auto aim or like eliminate it entirely when a player's around it, and it does get kind of kind of difficult to figure out when the smoke is not fully bloomed, right? It's kind of like, you can see through it in some places, can't see through it in other places. It's not like a Counter-Strike smoke where it's just like a block of grey for like 15 seconds or so. Parasite says you just can't control how someone chooses to use equipment. You simply need to have a potential counter for them, which right now is the nature of the field upgrade slow generating, and smokes still get through trophies, makes it pretty bad. And yeah, that's certainly something that needs to be fixed, as Parasite is discussing right here. And just to finish off the video with this absolutely hilarious clip which came out yesterday, on Teddy Rex. Actually, it was a few days ago, but really started getting tweeted about yesterday. And Teddy Rex and co, they get into a game here on Checkmate, and they're playing a pretty damn intense round here in a 3 versus 3 situation. I mean, like, are they going to be able to plant the B bomb? Where are the enemies? I think one guy even calls someone out on the other team at his location, and they're super confused why no one's even poking their head out this deep into the round. Turns out there's no one on the other team. Absolutely hilarious stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm know you enjoyed this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well, and help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always. Take care, and I will see you next time.
Turbine.
I don't see him in that back turbine.
Yeah, he's playing from
the
the right
side. You talking about like the green thing?
Yeah, he's playing from around there. He's not,
okay.
Not playing.
You guys want to come planet?
Plan B?
Yeah. B.
Yeah, I'm coming.
I can smoke you out once you planet, okay?
Okay.
What should I watch? Should I watch the left side?
He's not in the plane at all. Yeah. Just honestly, just watch her back, alright? Brady, I'm gonna smoke you out. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, twisted, brother.
Charges set.
Kind of watching your left side.
Okay. Nothing right side.
Yeah, I'm giving up your left. I'm putting my flank. Nothing's pushing through.
I'm trying to
A that
shoulder
I
for you,
see.
Ted, too.
Wait, they're not in the game, bro. We're faded.
Yo, I'm smoked, bro.
Dude,
Wait.
I lost.
Shit is ass.
Bro. Yeah, I'm faded. Yo.
No, we're
Yeah,
not.
no. I gotta end the stream, bro. No. Yo.
Front beheading. Oh, he's sauce, bro. Wait, that was a two-way. That was like a one-way smoke. Nice. Bro, yo, Josiah, he had a one-way smoke, bro. Dude, Ab just got a one-way smoke, bro. Yo, is this a four-piece?
Sweep the area for survivors.